Well, thank you everyone for this first amazing pitch day that we are having. Today we have a amazing collection, assortments of judges from major tech companies. I'm truly honored to have all of you here. We are making this pitch day as a showcase, as a highlight for all of the projects that are, Artisan Fund or that are pitching to join our fund. Just to explain very briefly in 30 seconds what this fund is. We have a grant fund that we collect donations from the community to give this money back to projects as match funding for projects that are curated for this fund, for them to build, for them to keep on building the projects, for them to fund their first go-to-market. So this is why we're doing this pitch day to highlight and select projects for our grant fund. We have seasons 5 already finalizing with the projects doing their own fundraising, and we're just opening season 6 with the first projects that are submitting. They're already getting the votes from the community and applying to get this funding. We might have up to $20,000 or more in season 6 if all goes well. And today we have an amazing list of judges. Thank you all for applying. We have Aishwara from, that is an independent researcher for financial technologies, specialist in financial technology. We have Anand, the technical lead at Meta. Thank you very much for joining. Sandeep Baba from lead cloud DevOps engineer at the Southwest Airlines. We have Kevin staff software engineer at CPO HQ and Konetic AI. We have Britain, staff data scientist at Glassdoor. We have Salesh, cloud architect cloud and AI at Saks Global. We have Gautami from Google, senior customer engineer from Google here with us today. We have Nagat, senior tech manager at Oracle. And we have Arjun, senior principal product manager at Dell. Anchit, senior data scientist at Amazon, and special guest at the end, John, founder at InvestWise. A lot of specialists and even investors here. Thank you all, amazing. Thank you for all that are joining us today to give your specialized feedback, to share a bit about your insights, industry insights, to give a little of startup advice for these projects. Is going to be truly invaluable for the projects fund for them to succeed. We're going to go over a series of pitches. All of them are going to have 5 minutes to present using slides, like demos, decks, as you prefer. And after that, we're going to have up to 5 minutes of Q&A. Okay, so we are going to present the order. We had all of these projects applying to pitch. So we're going to start with Kashmir, and we're going to have 5 minutes to present. Then we're going to have 5 minutes more Q&A. Then we're going for Terry, from Barty, Bruno, in that order. I would invite you to raise your hand so I can pull you as a host for some reason. We lost all the configuration that I just had, so I'm going to pull you up. And after you present, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to have a timer here. After you present, I'm going to ask up to 3 judges to raise the hand, like Kashmir is doing right now, so that I can pull you as a host for you to ask questions, okay? You can raise your hand even before the presentation finishes. When we have the time, I'm going to pick the top 3 first in, first out, so that we have enough time for everyone to ask, okay? So let me pick you here, Kashmir, and get you as a co-host. Taking more than I would like to. Okay, now you should be able to present your screen, and you have 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Kashmir. Am I pronouncing it correctly, by the way?
Yeah, Krashimir, it's fine.
Wonderful.
Yeah, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so hello everyone, I'm Krešimir from Croatia. I'm the founder and CEO of Bikeromy startup. So Bikeromy encourages people to cycle every day, to visit cultural and natural importance, and we reward them for it. As I was working in the field of cycling tourism and urban mobility for over a decade, I noticed the several problems that were anywhere, at least in Europe, the same. So I founded Bikeromy, and the main tool is Bikeromy mobile app, which has two main categories. First one is cycling tourism, and we will see later about that. And the second one is for active and urban mobility. So everyone who registers for free on Bikeromy app becomes Bikeromy student. Bikeromy study is a bigger area, region, county, city, and Bikeromy exams are locations of cultural and natural importance. So the task of Bikeromy student is to visit those locations by bike, make a check-in via mobile app, and in that case, they pass exam. After they pass all exams of certain study, approximately 7, we reward them. Very big benefit for the destinations is that we provide complete marketing mix when we are opening a new study. And this is how it looks like, happy faces when people pass exam, not like informal academies. Also, the trends were going into our favor. So at least in Europe, the city started to close the centers for the motorized vehicles. The second feature, now maybe the main feature, is for urban mobility. So we call it challenges, where people are competing in 4 categories because we wanted to make including challenges depending on how much do you ride your bike, or no matter if you are a commuter or experienced cyclist. So we have 4 categories depending on total daily rides, and people are competing each day, and we are rewarding after each month the best ones. We just released new features, internal features, B2B and B2G, like the same for challenges, and people are saving CO2, so it can be also ESG report tool. B2B, employees clash, so for companies motivating their employees to cycle, especially from home to work, and B2G, municipalities, cities, to encourage their citizens. Also, we have some external features such as special challenges and special studies. These are the same features like the main 2 ones, just short-term, made for different kind of events, such as, for example, special studies. This is we have our business model B2C, B2B, and B2G. So far, we opened 15 studies with over 3,500 users, and we can proudly present also partners here in Croatia. The market size only in Europe is huge, and we have some numbers that we want to achieve until the end of 2026. Also, we are scaling, and we started to scale this year on Web2 like platform, but we already started to build on blockchain in Solidity. And for example, we see the blockchain as future in our development. First thing that we can already do in a 3 to 4 weeks, it will be airdrop launch platform, because we have a Web2 wallet in our app where people are getting rewards. So in up to 3 to 4 weeks, any project on any chain could partners with us, and we can distribute their tokens as rewards, whether we talk about general challenges in the whole world or some B2B or B2G challenges, depending on what they want. The
One
thing
last
that
minute,
we want,
okay, trust me.
I'm watching. So the thing that we are also wanted to build some NFTs as rewards with utilities, for example, 50% for some museums, or free pass tickets or something like that. And we also started to build some tokenomics and met behind tokenomics, but the important thing that it will have burning mechanism also through the revenue share, sponsorships, and B2B Web2 deals. This is some working stage of our tokenomics that we already started to build. This is the team that stands behind Bikeromy, and if you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
Wonderful, wonderful, Krasimir. Just in time. Thank you very much for keeping your presentation under 5 minutes. We have 3 judges, actually 4 judges with hand raised to ask: Arjun, Naga, John, and Gauti. Let me put you all as hosts here. You can go in order.
Okay. Hey, Krasimir, amazing presentation. Thanks a lot. That's a great idea, and I'm super impressed that you've got 15 studies already and 3,000 students. If you went pretty fast, but if I caught that number right,
Yes.
you mentioned that the rewards are coming from 2 places. One is sponsors, and the other is coming from the partners, right? But you also
Yeah.
mentioned that the reward could be Polygon tokens, which can then be used to get NFTs. So the way I see it, there's monetary reward, there's probably discounts that the sponsors gives, and there are museums that are sponsoring polygons, right?
Uh,
Did I understand that right?
Yes and no. So, for example, so far we have in Croatia, we didn't want to make marketing efforts beside Croatia so far because we have partnerships here in Croatia. But next week, for example, we have a big meeting with Uber, for example. So with here, for example, Sport Vision is something like Decathlon. I don't know if you know some
Yeah.
So Decathlon, for example, has 20 euros vouchers for the like as code for the first place or the finishing study. Also, 20%, 10 euros, 10%. It depends on how we make agreements, and we already have several agreements here in Croatia. The idea behind when we talk about blockchain, we also wanted to give, and the idea is first to give like monetary rewards in some amount of dollars, for example, or euros, no matter, but in tokens. But also, when I mentioned NFT, the main idea is, for example, especially for the first feature where people are exploring new destinations, for example, city, New York, Berlin, Paris, I don't know, to also get connected with some cultural or natural main sites in that area, for example, and NFT, for example, that will have 50% discount or free ticket to some museums or some hidden gems or something like that connected with to have partnerships with them.
I agree. Great idea. Just one feedback. These tokens that you're getting or these discounts you're getting, make them sellable. I don't know what you can do. Now, here's what I'm thinking. As a tourist, if I come to Croatia and I want to visit a museum, you are offering a discount if I ride a bicycle and get to the museum, right? That's great.
Yeah.
But I'll still not ride a bicycle because I just don't have enough time. I'll probably take a two-wheeler, a motorcycle, or a public transport, or anything like that. But if there's somebody else who can sell me their coupon, I'd readily buy it. So they get the 10% coupon and they can trade it instead of using it. I don't know. Just an idea.
We are now just building. We are constantly developing like back and front end in Web2 world. So, for example, the next step will be, for example, that I can share with you my reward. If I get reward and you are, for example, in Croatia, yeah.
Super. I have so many thousand questions, but I'll let other judges talk. So I'll thanks for your time. Thanks for the presentation.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
It's nice that you connected. Now we can keep in touch and have any kind of discussions later too. That's nice.
Yeah.
Naga, would you like to go next? You have a hand raised.
Yes. So thank you very much for the presentation. So I like these sustainable kind of products coming up into the market. I hear where you're coming from. So first, what I hear is, so we are talking about a non-profit organization, right? So we are not into kind of company where we are supporting the companies. So, but we are working in doing some kind of business in the long term. So a few questions I have in that front, So what is the long-term profitability you are looking at for the company perspective? That is one thing. So since you are offering some coupons and whatever when someone is posting some photos, you are offering some coupons, right? What is the revenue generating model you are looking at? So if you can highlight that, that will be helpful.
Just from the 1st of June, we released here as a pilot project 2 new sub features in that challenges part. They called, I showed in the presentation, it called Residence Clash and Employees Clash. And for example, Employees Clash can be used as ESG tool for big companies. So far, we are aiming only for the big companies. Already in Croatia, 3 companies bought Employees Clash, and we released it a month ago, almost 2. Also, the same situation with the Residence Clash for their residents. For example, municipalities, we have here pilot project for 1 city and for 1 county. So we already started. We had 2 conferences since then. And for example, the capital of Croatia, Zagreb, we are having meeting with them, with Zadar and with several other counties. And we already prepared, but now it's the vacation time. I think anywhere in the world. So we are preparing all that offers for the September, October, and through the calls and through the mails and through the conferences. But these 2, especially these 2, will be, I think, the main profit streams for the Bike Academy.
Okay. So if I ask one question, how big is the business you're looking at in the long term?
You mean evaluation or?
Yes, valuation.
How we are looking, we are aiming high, but I think when we talk about blockchain, the first start we had already some talks between 2 and 3 millions for now.
Good to know. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Unfortunately, we went over the time here. Gauti, I'm going to ask you to ask for the next project. You're going to be first in line, keep your hand raised. And I would like to call James from Intuition Chrome Extension. If you have anyone from the team here, please raise your hand now, or unfortunately, I'll have to skip you. Jeremy, okay, I saw you there. Isn't James coming, or only you? If it's only you, that's okay. Let me add you as a co-host. Please start your presentation as soon as you're ready.
Hello. Show my
Hello,
screen.
Jeremy. Okay, you have 5 minutes.
Hello. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Let me pull up James to you. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Wonderful.
So what I'm going to present is a Chrome extension built on top of the Intuition protocol. And how it's presented itself. Everyone can install the extension. And at the time you have this extension, you have like a little helper here on the side, which help you getting context and social context about the page you are visiting. So for example, if I go into this the base web page, I can open the extension by pressing it. Oh, I need to reload. So, yeah. I can see here on the extension various claims which have been made from the community about this web page, and I can navigate those claims. I can, for example, like switch context to another page, and the extension is gonna help me provide me context while I'm navigating about what the community thinks about the page you are consulting. I reload here. So it actually can act as also like a decentralized bookmark, meaning like, for example, if I see, I don't know, like a tweet like this one of someone speaking about like how to install this extension, I could just like press here plus and add a decentralized identifier for this page. So I can choose either like to tag the domain or a particular URL. And when I do that, it's gonna ping it in IPFS and then open my MetaMask to submit an attestation for this claim. And once this is done, I can see that there is already like an identifier for this particular post. I think like once you have like identifier for page or people or address of smart contract, people can do claim about it. So you can use, for example, like this page as a subject, then add the predicate and an object to say, maybe this guide is good to provide context on how to get this extension. Or maybe you can say like the base blockchain is one of the L2 you appreciate and manifest that to your community. So it's kind of a way to use the blockchain to have community nodes. Here, one of the feature as well is anyone can add their own followers or see like their followers and their following, and depending on that, we can showcase information related to the person you trust and in particular context. And because all the information is stored in the blockchain in the form of a knowledge graph, it's also easy after to plug, for example, like artificial intelligence through an MCP to extract data. So one of the things we're planning to extend the extension as well is to provide AI-assisted guidance while you are navigating a page. Meaning maybe you are on e-commerce and you don't know that the customer support is not good. Maybe you will go to this page, and here the extension will, just thanks to AI, provide you some context saying,
1 minute.
Hey.
You can go over if you have 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah, the idea is like people will have this little helper to provide context about like safety of website, or if someone of your trust circle recommended this website or left some review about something specific. So there is really like variety of use case, and yeah, that's the current state of the project.
Wonderful, thank you very much. I guess for the next pitches, I'm going to do a reaction like this. Just if I open my mic, I see that I'm interrupting you all. Sorry about that. So I'm going to do a thumbs up, and then there is 1 minute left like this. And I would like to invite all the judges to raise their hand. Goti, since you did not have the chance to ask before, I would give you priority if you want. If not, I would start with, are we sure? Let me pull you as a host here. And also Sandeep as a host. Okay. Let me see John also subscribe to us. Are you sure? Maybe you want to start then. I don't think I want to ask for this group.
Okay, yes, thank you. So I really liked the presentation based off of the fact that IFPS and blockchain are used to increase the censorship resistance and performance. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you were going through how you're sharing and how it was, but for potential challenge, basically, how are you trying to address user experience based on verification and trust? Like basically, what is the credibility and the claims that you're trying to establish and build here?
Yeah, basically, like the protocol is permissionless, so anyone can claim anything about anything. But the thing is, like, that's why we incorporated this social aspect as well, to actually like use trust circle of a user as a possibility for this user to switch context, to maybe like, I want to listen to every voice who are using like the intuition protocol. But maybe what interests me at a particular point, it's just to listen to the voice I trust in the context of Web3. Or maybe if I'm now looking for travel, I want to switch to another context. And I want just to follow like trustable influencers in the travel space.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And just the other question that came to my mind was based off of scalability, because we do have a lot of similar, I don't want to use the word competition, but there are like similar apps around growing in the market. So based off of that, the volume of attestations and the metadata that it keeps on growing significantly, like in the coming days. So how are you planning to manage this basically on and off chain?
Well, the thing is, like, we are just like positioning ourselves as a decentralized application on top of the Intuition protocol, and they will launch their own chain dedicated to data aggregation. Now they are on based. They already have like a few millions attestation on there, but they will provide the scaling with a decentralized chain for that. So the only thing we will focus on is really like the product side of things. And yeah.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. Those are the questions I had. I wanted to give chance to other judges as well. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Afsha. I would like Gauti to go next. So for skipping,
Yeah, no worries.
explore your hands.
Sure. Thank you for this. This is really cool. I had two questions, one on the knowledge graph specifically. So you mentioned that you're using knowledge graph and it's offered AI assistance guidance. How do you envision the decentralized, immutable nature of this knowledge graph mitigating a lot of these biases as new training data comes in, and the recommendations being transparent, auditable? How do you envision like it being basically mutated or having dominant viewpoints?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. First thing is like it's like someone can stake into an attestation and then withdraw. So if someone withdraw from this attestation, it means like it doesn't have a position anymore, and there is no like trust given to this attestation anymore. So even if it's immutable, like the claim is there and will stay there, like position can change, and the rate of the position can also change. Meaning like I can put a bit more rate, maybe like 2 cents instead of 1 into an attestation to manifest that I have more trust or more willing to showcase this to my community. Now, like come to the question to the AI and how we differentiate things. Well, I believe like the global trust score can't exist, and the way to compute trust is always like delegative and relative trust. So I can use, for example, myself as a root of the graph, and then just branch out to the people I trust and compose like my own like trust and knowledge graph. Or maybe there is a group I believe, maybe a DAO I believe, and I can use all the member of this DAO as a root for this knowledge graph.
Got it. That makes sense. And then I had one more question, Matthias, if you allow me. So in terms of like providing context on the e-commerce side, right? Like, do you have personalization component to it in terms of someone asking a previous question, or even like evaluating the insights across the broader web, or even challenging a lot of the narratives that are there and identifying some like deceptive practices in real time? So do you have that kind of architected in your diagram?
No, for now, like the application is really like general purpose. We're trying to find like how people or like the community are using the extension, but then like a next step when we're gonna have like enough usage, will probably like tailor to some specific use case. Maybe it would be like review on e-commerce or review on Web3 project, and then provide some module on the extension that maybe it can detect, like, I don't know, if you are on Twitter, all right, like here you can directly like rate or follow people, and it's part of your knowledge graph, it's your data, but it's adapted to more to the context. Now, like you can basically do that, but it's a bit still manual, like you need to create the identity and the claim yourself, but it's general purpose.
Got it. Thank you.
Wonderful. We still have Sandeep and John to ask questions. Do you have short questions, or would you prefer to ask for the next group? Because we are way behind.
I have a short question. I have a short question, Matthias. Hey, Jeremy. Thanks for the presentation. This is awesome. Just one question. So how are you ensuring the context remains accurate? So you have so much data, and how are you make sure it is up to date and keeping the data and security and privacy in mind?
Yeah. So the thing is, like, as it's permissionless, like even for example, like an identifier can become like outdated. That's one thing. But because it's tokenized knowledge graph, there is actually like an incentive for the community to be in competition, and getting like the best data possible, because there is a feed distribution. So we expect like some curator profile to really take this into charge. Maybe like, for example, like the base atom and the description like change, or the logo change, as it was changing like 2 weeks ago. So some people like we create another atom, and progressively like the knowledge graph visually towards a new definition of this identifier, because there is a monetary incentive to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Good, Matthias.
I lower my hand so we can have time for the other folks. But
okay, John. Maybe you want to keep your hand raised, and you go first in the next question. Next
Okay.
project, if you prefer. Bruno, I've put you as a host. You can start, and I'll ping you when we have 1 minute left with a reaction like this, something like that, or a heart, or like this. Maybe not a thumbs down, but anything else. Okay.
All right. Let me just do this one. Okay, here we go.
And you have 5 minutes. Go for it.
Thank you. Okay, all good? You can see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
All right, great. So my name is Bruno. I'm a DevRel at Polygon, and this is my last weekend's vibe coding project. I was working on an NFT thingy and realized that I need a good pixel drawing application, which I've tested a few of them then, and I didn't like them. So I decided to build one of my own. Nothing revolutionary, nothing's going to change, nothing that's going to change anybody's life or something. It's just a fun little app that I found very useful for myself, and I hope that others will find useful as well. So let me just show you how it works, and we can maybe see some demos. So Pixlet is a pixel drawing application that has some basic and some new functionalities. It has a premium tier, so support the dev mode, but generally it's free, and you can use all of the basic functionalities, all of the essentials as a free user. So you can load in a background of your own, like a reference image, or you can just load one of the preloaded ones. And let's say that I want to draw something like this, like a CryptoPunk. So here you can, if you're drawing some accessories or something like that, you can actually just draw the accessory on top of the traced image below, so that you can only share the accessory itself. This is useful when you're doing combinations and trying to make collections of pixel art with different accessories and so on. Here you have now I've made this outline, and you can actually define your grid size up to 256 pixels by 256 pixels, but it's very much geared for just square pixel art. It's very niche, opinionated, and specifically meant for this. Now, the rest of the stuff is pretty much cookie cutter, the same that you would expect. There's layers, there's horizontal and vertical symmetry mode, there's a color replace mode, so you can just paint his skin and then change it into another one and get different variations. Standard stuff that you might expect. Later on, I'll add some integrations with blockchains for blockchain users, but in general, this is not for blockchain users. This is for pixel artists to use and to just have fun with. What I really like about this, though, is the viral social mechanic that I built in, that I'm planning to launch any day now when I polish it a little bit more. So we have this showcase page, which I'm working on visually. These are just some mock drawings, but I'm working on a nice 3-view visually where you can see people's remixes. Now, what are remixes? If you save this file, so let's say I save this drawing, I'll call him Punk, and now I'll also publish it live. And so now I've saved this file. Now I can share this. I can get a remix link. You can see here that I only have the outline because actually the reference photo is not being rendered. So now I can just share the remix link. And so now if I open up this remix art, hold on, sorry, a little bug here. I have to reload it from my saved art, and then I can do the remix link. So now we have the remix link, and now if I go to this link, you'll see that actually it's being remixed. So you are now remixing Punk by Swader, that's me. And in remix mode, you will be drawing on top of this. So you'll be doing something like, all right, got it, 1 more minute. You'll be doing something like a hat or something, whatever. And once you submit, you can have here, submit the remix and Punk with hat, and then you can save it to the remixes. What's really cool about this is that you can spread this around socially so other people can just generate remixes on your art. This can be as complex as you wish. It can be very detailed landscapes on the high resolution one or low resolution NFT versions one. And then you can see this on the showcase where you'll actually see this tree of remixes. And as more remixes come in, the tree will grow and expand, and you have this social spread mechanic that I think is going to go really viral and be really nice for people to discover each other and to discover each other's art and to grow together. And yeah, that's my little pixel drawing app. Thank you very much.
That's super cool, Bruno. Thank you very much for sharing. We have John as the first one
Yes.
subscribed for asking questions. Please go forward. Anyone else willing to go after John, please raise your hand.
Thank you, Bruno, for presenting. Cool idea you have. I'm going to take a little bit different approach than the very technical questions the judges have asked. And I have two questions. One of them is, do you have any IP protection or patents filed?
No.
None so far.
No. I don't care about that part at all. I'm in this for fun. I like vibe coding. I like making useful apps, and I just go and build whatever I think will be useful for me and for others. So I don't really care about this. I do want to make this into a business, but I don't want to be predatory about it at all.
Okay, and you have competitors like Tidbits, right? That's out there. That's a bit more, has
there's a few of these apps. They all target different audiences, and they all target different methods. I found features that I really need are missing from all of these alternatives, and so I just went and built them. This is how I generally approach all development. Just build whatever you need, and people might need it as well. I'm not really worried about the what if this guy does that as well. I think my idea is niche enough here to find their user base, and I think I have enough creativity to add on top of that and not be worried about it. So I think I can just outbuild everybody as I find more needs and more like holes to plug.
Okay, so to that point, I'm presuming maybe you've done this, but what's your revenue model? Is it a subscription? Is it a combination?
It's a subscription model. Yes, it's a subscription model. There's a monthly and a yearly one. The yearly one's heavily discounted. It's kind of a symbolic price, but with enough customers, it turns into a profit. And I'm hoping that the viral spread can actually amplify that reach, and then we can add other features on top that we can maybe upsell later. So one of the planned features that is in draft mode right now is AI-assisted pixel workflows. So you can actually say, what should I do on this? So like I have this punk character. Now, I'm not really a very good artist, but can you help me why this, I don't know, face mask that I put, this ninja mask, doesn't really look good? And then the AI will be like, yeah, sure. But it's also like, maybe we put a shadow here, and maybe we put an accent here, and now it looks great. So it's going to be AI-assisted flows. It's not going to be, it's not going to be a replacement for Midjourney or something. You can ask Midjourney to make you a pixel art easily, or Gemini or whatever. This is more like, okay, let's not replace people. Let's instead allow them to learn what makes them better. And so now I've drawn something that I'm not really happy with. How can I make it better? And so you have this infinitely patient, really high-quality mentor by your side that's helping you through all this.
And have you calculated your TAM, your total addressable market for the business?
I've compared it to the other pixel apps in general. I've taken a very conservative 25% of their market, and I'm already above 100K per year. So this is, to me, this is okay.
Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. Arjun, want to go next?
Sure. I think Shailesh raised the hand before me. I'm not sure, but I can take that question.
Okay.
I'll
For some
go ahead.
reason, you are ahead in
Okay,
the queue.
fair. Bruno, great job. Love the approach that you don't care about the IP part. You're just doing it for fun. And you mentioned something about 100K. Is that is that your revenue already? I probably missed that.
No. This is vibe coded last weekend. I have 0 customers, so I'm gonna start with the viral spread this week or the next, and then we'll see how it goes. And I have it lined up. I have the marketing plan, papered out.
That's super, man.
I didn't start yet.
No, that's great. How much time did it take to vibe code this, and how much money did you invest in it already?
Well, I pay for all of my AI tools on the highest tier, so I am spending about $600 to $800 a month on all of these AI tools. I mainly used Lovable for this over the weekend, and I assisted when it got stuck with some Supabase errors and other things. I did utilize Claude for some assistance, and then O3 Pro and Grok Heavy for some assistance. Mainly what helped the most was I'm just a senior developer, so I know exactly where it got stuck. And it got stuck on some really stupid things. So these AIs would not have been useful, honestly, if I didn't know what was going on.
Perfect. Thanks. Again, best of luck. Great job with it.
Very interesting takes here. Alicia, you want to ask a quick question, or you prefer to ask first in the next project?
No, I'll go very quick. I'll keep it short.
Charles, okay. For
Yeah.
some reason we skipped you. No, sorry about that, Charles.
No, no
yes.
problem. Yeah, bro, a quick question to you. There are so many AI tools in the market right now. You can just write a, say, draw me a punk character, right? And it just draws it for you. So how different is this? Because many people are not good in drawing pixels. These are something that was existing long back. Right now, the trend is very different. People can just build these things. So how much time does a person take to do all this pixeling? Because somebody can just write a text prompt and do it.
Oh, well, it's not about the outcome. It's about the process and enjoying and the creativity and what you get from it. So you can have AI draw this for you, but the human touch is what's appreciated in these pixel art communities. So it's not exactly comparable. It's not even in the same ballpark of like, what do we do about this? It's like, okay, we don't really care about this. We just want to have a good tool to use, and a good pixel artist will enter flow and be drawing for like 12 hours in one go on a like medium level canvas, and it's just enjoyable. So it's not even in the same ballpark. People who want to generate just, you know, AI based pixel art, they can just do the AI pixel art, but this is a tool that pixel artists actually need.
Okay, and one last thing, there are games which might get benefited from this kind of pixel arts. Games heavily need this, and they need compression techniques as well. So just feedback, right? We can integrate it as a tool to be used in games.
Yeah, so the tool comes with a built-in method to download different formats at the same time, SVG and PNG in different resolutions. So you can just reuse them in any stack that you want, any game engine or whatever. And it also, I'm working on a sprite sheet version so that you can actually put in one sprite sheet different poses of the character, so that you can have the multi-frame version of a character that's running, jumping, going left, going right, going up, going down. Yeah. You have one sprite sheet executed, but you draw it all on one canvas. So this is all planned, but already you have downloaded multiple formats that are heavily optimized.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you. All the best.
Sure, thank you.
Wonderful. Sure, if you don't mind, I will put you as first judge to ask for the next group. Next in line, we should have the movie matter with Gideon.
Yeah.
Let me bring the team. Okay, yes, you should be able to start your presentation now, Gideon.
Yeah, thanks. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. I can see your video. Okay, now I can have it. Just as a reminder, I'm going to give a couple of thumbs up here when you have 1 minute left. Okay.
Okay.
So please feel free to start your presentation.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Gideon, and I built Movie Meter. And what Movie Meter is an app to discover and then rate movies on chain, and you are being rewarded for it. So this is the UI, and we know everyone loves movies. So what we are doing is to gather everyone who loves movies. And we also found that the movie rating system is broken. And so big sites like IMDb and then Rotten Tomatoes, they take people's reviews and ratings and they sell it, they get the money, and then they don't give them, those people who wrote the reviews, they don't give them anything in return. And so I thought, no, that is unfair. So we built a better way, and you can just vote yes or no for every movie, and then you are being rewarded for it. And these are features you can check out TV shows and find TV shows to watch, and watch trailers also, and then get news updates in the movie industry, and also vote on movies. And whilst you are doing all that, you are being rewarded in good dollar tokens. And you can also check out AI movie recommendations. Any movie you want, to tell the AI, and it would tell you go and watch this movie. And then I'd, this is the strategy we are using to enter the markets. I built a Web 2 looking web app, and then we actually have a Telegram community with about 56,000 people, and we are marketing that app to them so that they start doing it, and then we slowly hint rewards to them, and now they can start using it. And this is the team behind it. I'll quickly show you a demo about how it works. Um, and so on here, can you
Just to
see my
clarify,
screen, please?
you are still presenting the deck. Maybe you want to share your whole screen to share the demo, right?
I just changed it. Can you see it? No?
Is it still loading? It seems. Yes, now we can see it.
Okay, good. So here we have the landing page that tells you if you like movies and you also like to earn, this movie meter is for you. And also tells you a bit about how it works and then some facts in case you're wondering. And then I'll go to the explore page where the main thing is. And here you can see a couple of trailers and then some movies discovered by AI and then some stories in the movie industry and some stars that are currently trending. And this is the blockchain part of it, the moving votes inside. When you go there, you see a wide range of movies that you can vote on, and you can either say yes for that movie or no for that movie. And every vote is recorded on the Silo blockchain. And so everything here from smart contracts to everything was vibe coded. And so when you hit yes, it sends a transaction, but um, we abstracted the transaction part so you don't so that users are able to freely vote. And so when you hit yes, it records your vote on chain, and then you are being rewarded for it. And there's also the AI recommendations feature where you can um go there, tell them I like this movie, and then it tells you movies from our database. Thank you. This is Movie Maker.
Okay, nice. Thank you very much, Idon. We have Anchit and Gauti. If I wish if you would like to ask a question here, please let me know. Just raise your hand, and since you could not ask in the previous one, I would give you priority. But if not, I would start with Anchit.
Hey, really good presentation, and I don't know how much I can talk about this because I work at Prime Video, so I need to talk to Amazon about this. But some of the features were really cool. So the IMDb part, I totally get it, how they do things because we also use them. The thing is how they have a thing called, okay, I'll continue. They have a thing called critics review. I am curious to know how will you incorporate that when rating movies?
Sorry, they have a thing called what?
Critics review. So people who are actually knowledgeable in the industry, not just social media or like normal people like us, but these are like producers, directors, and guys whose job is to watch movies and suggest movies.
Yeah.
How do you incorporate those things into the recommendation?
Yeah, so I would want to partner with them, and then maybe we can set up programs or maybe even sessions that they can criticize on to their audience and also use movie beta, and then they are being rewarded for it.
Okay. The movie meter thing is like really cool. IMDb has a version of it which is it is kind of okay. This looks like really cool. I have a couple of recommendations if you would like that. One is
Yes,
for the AI recommendation system. Try if you can reach out to some influencers. There are folks who watch movie and who recommend movie. They have a good reach. They might be able to help you. And in the recommendation system, now if you suggest a movie, a person like me still needs to know where they can go and watch that movie. If you can
oh yeah,
look at in your country, this is the platform where this movie is available. That would be a really cool feature for anyone
yeah,
to stream.
yeah, yeah. Thanks so much.
I would
Otherwise,
like to feature too. No, that's great. Ghost, you want to go next?
Yeah, this was great. Especially, I am a movie buff, so this is amazing. I love the presentation. In terms of leveraging the Telegram community, I think you said there are like 56K people in the market. Given they are early adopters and likely to be engaged with the strategies that you mentioned, how do you envision to employ to bridge the gap from initial crypto native user base to a more broad and mainstream audience that may be less familiar or even skeptical with the blockchain based rewards, right? Because movies are seen by a wide variety of audiences. So just curious, how do you envision to bridge that gap?
Yeah. So first of all, we use third web to kind of like when you log in, you can log in with a Google account or anything, and then what it does at the back end is it creates an address for you. So you don't need to have a wallet, you don't need to have any crypto knowledge. And so far as you love movies and you want to rate, you just come to Movie Meter, log in with either a Google account or your email, and you get a wallet automatically on the platform. And when you are voting, at first you used to send a transaction and you would have to approve, but we abstracted that side and we actually pay for gas fees and everything. And it's you don't need to know anything about crypto. You don't need to know about any transaction being sent. You just need to say, oh, I'm voting on this movie, I like this movie, I'm voting yes for it, and I vote yes for it. And then you are being rewarded. You go to your reward sites, you see points, and then you're able to redeem them into crypto. And maybe what I think I need to do is next is to maybe find a way for them to easily withdraw that money into their native without knowing anything about crypto. And yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then another question I had was around, you mentioned about the current ratings, right, being flawed in a lot of ways. So what are some metrics that you would track to demonstrate those, like having a superior impact on the integrity and reviews? Because I think it was Anchit who mentioned, like, you could involve influencers, but sometimes if it's a paid a gig, then the influencers would also have a skewed review if they are getting paid by the movie producers. So the authenticity is also very important, and I take reviews seriously. So I'm just curious that, what are some metrics that you if you have thought about that?
Yeah. Well, when you go to the 56,000 community, I'm talking about on Telegram, what we do there is we still rate movies, but on Telegram. So we have people, we post movies all the time. It's called Movie Meter, Movie Society. You can search it on Telegram, and then we post movies and then ask them whether you rate this from 1 to 10, and then people usually rate it a lot. And so what we are doing is bringing it here to Movie Meter, the same thing here to Movie Meter, and rewarding them. And so yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Next project we have Mark. You can, I guess you are able to present the screen already. You have 5 minutes. There you go.
All right, hi guys. Thank you for having us. Good luck to everybody else that I heard pitch so far. Pretty cool projects. I'm pretty stoked that everybody is kind of blockchain knowledgeable already. That saves a lot of time and confusion. Let me see how I can just share the entire screen here. All right, so everybody, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. And
Yeah.
just a reminder, I'll give you a couple thumbs ups when like these when you have 1 minute to go. Okay, 1 minute.
Sounds good. All right, so I guess my plan is basically to whip through the slide deck real fast and then do a quick demo of a prototype, and then take any questions. Let's see if the slides want to come up or not, though. If they were up a second ago, I'm not sure what has happened.
It's the magic of live demos. They're always like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, well, we're not even on the demo part yet. Let me see if I can go back and forth with this. Get this out of the way as much as I can. Oh, whatever. Is that the button that doesn't work? Okay, so I'm building an app generator and a new blockchain. Why? Because software is laborious and expensive and filled with bugs. Not to mention, there's a lot of hidden costs, extra costs that are difficult to foresee ahead of time. So I think we can do much better. Example is a composer that lets you compose components as opposed to writing code. On top of that, we're saving money by turning consumer devices into our web service stack, and that allows us to get away from Google, AWS, etc. And just because why not? Let's build a new blockchain, right? I don't think anybody's opposed to that. The real reason is that I see the current blockchains as a proof of concept, and they're not ready for scale. They're having problems scaling. Bitcoin will be our money layer. I don't think that'll change. Ethereum will be keeping up everything that has been smart contracted so far. However, for future technologies, we're just going to surpass them because we have already learned the lessons that they taught us. So the promise is basically 98% faster, or time savings on development costs, 98% savings on costs, 98% savings on time, and a lot safer. All right, so we're ready for this now because LLMs have basically created developers out of everybody that has enough patience. They've given us the ability to go from 0 to 1, which is huge. And they've also given us the ability to go from nothing to the middle really fast, but they don't bring us to the end. Also, we now have the ability to parallel compute our consumer devices in order to compete with big web service providers like AWS and Google. Founders will be able to get to markets fast, and devs won't have to deal with as many gotchas when they're building what they're building. I'm inventing a new cryptography. It's not exactly unknown. Shamir has said that, from Shamir Secret Shares and RSA, Shamir has said that geometric cryptography is a thing, but he didn't touch on it for more than a couple paragraphs. So I decided to dive into that with a new DLT that's based upon a cubic geometry structure, which provides us with a lot of benefits leading into the next generation blockchain technologies. On top of that, I've come up with a new consensus algorithm that allows for people who are making transactions to be the validators on the system, making these micro stakes to make sure that they're validating appropriately, but it's also quite random and they don't know what they're validating. It's just that their system is validating stuff before their transaction gets put on. Our economic system is that you put Bitcoin in to activate tokens. Once you have tokens, you can have an app. Loyalty benefit of this is that we put the Bitcoin into a liquidity pool and then sell it to liquidity demand by the day or by the week. And then the point or two that we get back on top of that pool gets distributed to token holders. Also, 0.1% of all economic activities throughout the system, that's every app and what they generate through our payment gateways, gets also put into that pool to increase the yields. There's going to be coins coming out, but we don't need to talk about that now. Market position is basically going for like CRM managers, mom and pop shops, creatives that want to get their idea to markets fast, small businesses and startups. The market is big. Feel free to ask me about the research and we'll get into that. So far, I've built the DLT structure, the consensus mechanism. I'm in the middle of updating a quantum resistant signature scheme to make it use my cryptography, allowing it to be much more performant than
Mark,
what it is right now.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Would you like to allow a few minutes for the judges to ask a few questions, and then maybe you can explain these slides that are missing as answers of the questions too?
Yep, perfect. Please.
Sorry to interrupt you. We have John as a judge to ask a question now.
Yeah, totally cool. And I'm just gonna flip through the system while I'm fetching the questions without really saying what I'm doing. But so feel free to shoot any questions my way, please.
Okay, John would like to start. You are muted. I'm sorry, John. You are muted. It seems.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yep,
perfectly.
Okay, awesome. So this is actually a pretty cool idea, and what you're working on as well. I guess my question is, how does your your code generation or development platform work under the hood?
Yeah, so what you're looking at, what I'm doing now is a prototype, and this is not what's going to be put out to market in November. How it works under the hood is that I have 4 components: a UX component, content component, general component, and a layout component. I have about 7 functions and a couple extra utility functions, so maybe 10 altogether. And the combination, each one of these components and functions are hashed. And so when we're composing these things together into workflows, AIs are fine-tuned in order to know how to compose them. It just gets put into JSON. And the thing is, though, that the AI can only use the vetted components as opposed to writing any fresh code of its own.
I see. And how do you plan to compete with like established platforms like GitHub or GitLab or even cloud development environments?
Oh, I'm not competing with them. In fact, I'm using GitHub to save your configurations. That way you can always go backwards when you're doing something. And for the most part, the AWS, I'm not exactly competing. I'm just offering a supplementary way to get the same service. So at first we can use everything. We can use other blockchains. I'm not saying it's one or the other. I'm just saying it's going to be cheaper and faster to use it in-house and keep our ecosystem together as opposed to stretching out until you, the single user, has a requirement for it. Then of course I give you the easy way to do that as well.
Very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question.
If we don't have any other questions, Marcus, you have one. We have Aishra. Sorry, now you finally have a time to ask a question.
Thanks. This was a great presentation, really amazing. I am trying to think and help me around here, like if you can elaborate on the technical aspect of cubic geometry, I believe cubic geometry, how it improves the cryptographic security or performance compared to traditional methods, or the one that you are trying to propose, basically.
Well, that's a can of worms, and I'm happy to jump into that. The shortest way I can think to put it is that you get to keep coordinates and vectors in your wallet along with big private keys. That's in your wallet. And these coordinates and vectors end up making curves between different points. Let's say the origin, the first transaction you got paid by, and then the transaction you're trying to make. Those 3 points we end up using a math to find the shortest smooth line between the 3 points. And that's basically your commitment.
Okay.
And that allows us to kind of drop stuff that's in the middle, and the network can validate what you're trying to do is true without keeping a giant database to go verify by.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. And based off of that, you said that you're using Bitcoins for basically activation staking. So have you considered the legal implications of onboarding such a tool?
Yeah, we're not gonna when we do go to market fully, we're gonna do an entity called the publicly traded partnership, which gives us the ability to have a security appropriately from the SEC, and we won't try to dance with them so much, even though this is clearly a utility play. I'm giving a web app maker or an app maker very cheaply. So if they do want to fight, that's okay. I don't believe that anybody in their right mind would find it as even like close to sticky.
Yeah. No, that's good because yes, onboarding like non-technical businesses into a technically deep solution, that would be a challenge. But yeah, that's a good approach. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Great.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Wonderful project. Just as a small housekeeping here, we have the next slide in Javier, but he messaged me. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to present. And Palash, I don't see here in the list. If you're using any other email or anything, please message here in the chat so I can find you. Because if not, I'm going to skip you too, and we go directly to Matt. If you're ready to present, Matt, just raise your hand. And you go after Mark. Thank you very much, Mark. Your project is amazing.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate your time, and I wish everybody a lot of luck. Take it easy, and we'll see you soon.
Everyone that presented so far, please make sure you put your contact info here in the chat. Let's keep the networking going. A lot of very interesting collaborations to work here. Thank you, Matt. Let me put you as the next one. Okay. Who's next? Matt, are you ready to present? If not, I'll skip you too. Just as recap, next in line we have Francisco that is not here, Palash. We have Matthew, then we have Rick, and then we have Jackie, and we finish with Nishant. So if you are ready to go, just raise your hand. If not, I'm going to call the next one in line. After Matthew, we have Rick. Rick, are you ready to present, by the way?
Yeah, I'm ready to present.
Yeah, so maybe you should go, and if Matt or Palash answers, we go back to them.
Will you give me permission to present?
Let me do that right now. Where are you? Okay, check if you have the permissions on your side.
Yeah, I have it now.
Okay, wonderful.
I didn't think I'd see you two here. Okay. So, hello, everybody. Thank you for letting me present today. I just want to introduce you to Way Health, which is a better way to manage mental health. Here's a link for it. What it really is a space to be authentically you, and I'll explain what that means. The problem here is that the therapist and prescriber have really no idea what's going on with their patients in between sessions. Sometimes you meet with a therapist maybe once a week or twice a week, and that could be like 2 to 7 days in between appointments, and that's on the most frequent update. Most people meet with their therapist like once every 2 weeks. So that's like a good 13 days in between appointments, and the therapist doesn't really have an idea what's going on in that time. On the other side of that, patients kind of need an objective resource to communicate with, not just their friends or their relatives, but somebody who really has an objective understanding of what's going on in their lives, and a therapist can't be there to provide that to them 24/7. So our solution is a platform for companions to people receiving mental health service. It's an AI companion. So check-ins, it's available 24/7. And the nice thing about this is that providers can see how a patient is doing in between appointments in the provider portal. So that's why people choose Way Health, to improve the personal growth, 24/7 connections, no judgments, and it's private. This is what the app looks like. It's pretty simple. So here's the progress we made. We implemented version 3 of our model with a temporal RAG that allows the model to search a conversation history for repetitive patterns. We implemented a provider portal. This is something that we would create upon request for each specific provider that wants to join the platform. So they have a fully customized dashboard for their users. It'd be pretty cookie cutter, but generally we want to do a custom implementation with like a group of therapists or prescribers. We implemented an automatic journal and an automatic mood tracker. So all you have to do is converse with the app, and then it will automatically create a journal entry for you for the day and automatically track all your moods from the conversation. And then we're kind of rolling out a better version of that, and the ability to text with your agent or your companion shortly. So that will all sync up with the app, and it'll just be an easier way to interface. Our profit model is, well, for people who don't have a therapist that sponsors them, they can use this for $5 a month. For any provider, like a therapist that has up to 10 patients, that's $50 a month. And for an enterprise that has, up to 5 providers, that would be like $249 a month. If your therapy provider is paying for this, you do not have to pay for it. So it's kind of a dual business model, which I don't like, but that's okay. I think it just works the best that way for now. I run a group called Way Research. We build a bunch of products. This is just one of them. So for Way Research, we are trying to get a round together for pre-seed. We're looking for a lead investor currently for that round. So if anybody has any ideas for that, I would be greatly appreciate that. And then let me just show you this app real quick. So here's the landing page. It's pretty simple. This is all just a pretty simple app. Just pretty straightforward here. Here's the actual interactions I've been having with it. I actually did these interactions last week when I was at the vibe coding event in Buffalo with Matthias, and I was talking about how I wasn't sleeping because I was doing the vibe coding event. And it was giving me all this great advice about how to take care of myself when I'm vibe coding, which I thought was awesome. So the responses are a little long. I think that's something we're working on. Sometimes they're shorter. If you just give it something small, it won't go too in depth about it. But they do tend to get pretty long. So that's something I'm going to work on. The journal kind of automatically writes itself. So if we click in here, it's writing it in the third person right now, which was actually meant to be for the provider. So the first person journal would be like, here's what I did. Here's the things that I'm looking out for in my mental health. This is obviously third person. The user initiated brief interaction expressing willingness to share. So this is more like what the provider will see as a kind of a summary for each of the conversations their patients are having. And then we have the automated mood trackers. You can see like this I was experiencing frustration because my app wasn't working very well. And then on the high end, I was doing self-care by taking a brief little nap. So it showed I was doing okay. And then we can go here to the provider portal. So right now this is just a fake therapy company, Beyond Therapy. It is me as the only patient. Here's the user. This is just the overview dashboard. And then you can click into each of the patients. You can see their recent moods, how many messages they've sent, how many different emotions they've experienced in the conversations. And I think the coolest part here is that you can get like a population summary. So I'm the only patient here, and it shows that I'm clearly declining because I have been sleeping and being very healthy. And just general discussion topics that your patients are engaging with. Who falls into the high engagement group, who needs attention. So it's just a way to kind of automate some of the therapy session.
Appreciate
And
it.
you should check us out at wayyyresearch.com.
Yeah, we would like to have 5 minutes with the judges if possible. And I'm glad that you're recovering well after the 5 week in Buffalo. Your health is improving.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming today. First judge, I guess it would be Kelvin, and then Arjun and Sandeep after.
Yeah. Hey, Richard, great presentation. I just had a quick question on the mood tracker that you were building. The tracker is sort of predicted based on what data set? Is that the conversation that you have?
Yeah, so it's just extracting from each of the messages what the general group of moods is. It would pull out like 3 to 5 moods for each chat maximum. Generally like synthesize that down into one mood and give it a score. This doesn't work as good as I would like. Like as you can see here, stress was a neutral emotion. That should have been more down here. I'm still ironing out the works on that as this is fully automated, so I don't have any oversight as to what is making that. We're using a mood model from Hugging Face. I probably should fine tune something myself, but for right now that should work as long as I can interact. It's just a lot of LLM interactions at once. So we're pulling from a RAG, pulling from a standard database. We have like a very robust crisis services model. So we're identifying if patients are in danger or a danger to themselves, and each chat they send is scored on a 1, 2, 3 rating. And if anybody who reaches a 3 would immediately be escalated to a provider or be encouraged to contact crisis services by the chat.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I was just having an idea, just a bit of a jamming here. There's a lot of data sets or data points that you can also pull in from certain devices like Apple Watch, which is like what I'm doing right now. I pull in all the data points from my Apple Watch, just run on certain models to predict some certain stuff. So that combined with the chatbot as well, it can actually give a pretty good predictions, especially I think there's certain data points around sleep time, nighttime vitals, all the activity and fitness or cardiovasculars and stuff like that, which can essentially supplement the conversation a lot. So I think that's something like a feature that's worth thinking about as well.
Totally.
Yeah, so yeah, I pass it on to the next judge.
Thank you very much, Kelvin. The next judge would be Arjun.
Yep. Thanks. Thanks, Richard. This is a great product, great idea, very timely idea. If I understood it right, you said that the journal would be shared with the provider, and this is more of a provider helping tool, right? Where the provider can essentially keep tabs on the person. That's great. To Kelvin's point, I think the other thing that I had is it would be great if we can start incorporating, letting the user share his browsing data, what YouTube videos he's watching, what articles he's seeing, what Facebook stuff he's doing to particularly track if he's going down a bad path. But one of the questions I had is you mentioned that the chat gets incorrect sometimes. So are you using some sort of an agentic workflow here to be able to answer the questions? Or is the chat just being completely run through Claude or OpenAI or any of those?
So it's an agent. It has like 10 modules that compose it. Doesn't really get anything wrong. It's just maybe responding a little too verbosely for a chat. Like it's giving advice when I don't think it should be giving advice. It should just listen to somebody, and then if it gets asked for advice, then it should give advice. But that's just like a prompt engineering problem.
That's correct.
More than anything else. So
yeah. Okay. I think and I understand the investment. Did I hear you say that you have onboarded customers already? I probably missed that.
we're working with a couple of therapists to get this deployed to their population, but honestly, it just needs a little more work first. So we have like signed commitments, but I still need to spend time. I have a full-time job, so I can't just be doing this all the time. Plus, I have like 5 or 6 other projects I'm working on right now. So
Great. Congratulations. Best of luck.
thank you.
Wonderful. So you have time for a quick question, Sandeep?
Hey, Chad. Awesome presentation. Thank you. So 2 questions I have. So one is, how do you ingest clinical data? So the data, how are you making sure the data is current? And the second question is, how fast are you pre-processing the data? So when the customer is asking you questions, so how are you making sure? I would ask, like, is the data processed in batches, or is it performed in the real time? Is the inference performed in the real time?
Yeah, so we process each message and calculate a response. It's not really a batch setting. We were doing Claude reasoning for chain of thought, but we ended up switching to a simulated chain of thought using Minstrel to reduce the response time. I think the hardest thing about like a complex agent that has like a ton of things running to calculate a response is that every time you add an LLM call, you're adding like maybe a couple of seconds to the response time, and keeping that window pretty small can be a challenge. So wherever we can find time savings, we do, and offload stuff. But generally, yeah, it's just a real-time interaction with a pretty large agent.
Okay. And how are you ensuring HIPAA compliance? This is all like you're using clinical data and then providing medical decisions.
Well, we're not really using any clinical data or anything. We're all the data here, and that's one of the reasons why we haven't added things like Apple Health and things like that, is that this is all from a chat. So we're doing all the inference, all the patient tracking, everything from what the patient is sharing in the chat. Somebody who they trust, somebody who they talk to, and that keeps it pretty above board. It does become medical information if it is included in the patient record by the provider. So every single service, I mean, I use Render, Vercel, Neo4j, all those have HIPAA compliant tools that we can incorporate. So it's pretty much just drag and drop HIPAA compliance for those tools.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Richard, for presenting. I hope that you're getting enough sleep after vibe coding, all of that. You're doing amazing. For all of you here, vibe coding, keep pushing, especially after the feedbacks from all of these judges. I hope all of your projects succeed. Next
Richard,
in line,
can
we
I
have.
go to the, sorry, Matthias. Richard, can I go to that website and try it myself? Is it open?
Yeah, you go to the website, try it. It's wayy.health.
Okay. Richard, would it be nice if you wanted to drop your message on how people to reach up to you or the website? You can send a message here. Thank you. Next in line, Matt. I was asking for you before. Let's have Summer, because my bad. I skipped her early. She was not in my list for some reason, but I skipped her. She got to go. Summer, you may go next, and then Matt, I give the next presentation for you. Sorry about that. Okay.
Thank you, Matthias, and good luck, Summer.
Oh, sorry for the little hiccup here. Summer, are you ready to present? I gave you presentation rights. Just make sure that you can share your screen. I see you have an open mic, but I can't hear you. Hello, hello, Summer. Okay, maybe we're having technical difficulties here with Summer. Okay, Summer, last call. If you're not ready to go, no worries. You can keep preparing your environment while I have Matt to present just after. Okay, Matt is ready here, right?
I'm ready to go. Yep, I'm ready to go.
Okay, Summer. So you refresh your screen. Maybe you can rejoin the call. I'll give you host permissions later while Matt do his presentation. Okay, should take about 10 minutes or so.
Does this work now?
Oh yeah, now I have it. Okay.
Saved by the
I
bell.
refreshed
Congrats
the
on it.
page. Do you want me to go or should I wait? Sorry.
Well, you need to leave, right?
Yeah, I do have to go.
So do
I'll try to
present
be
your.
really quick, and I'll just talk about it, and then if we have time for a second, I can share some audio. But basically, my project, I'm a musician, composer. I right now am a researcher at Stanford's Center for Computer Research in Music and Acoustics, Karma Center. But before that, I've toured the country for many years in a band, and I produce and play music. And so I am also always been interested in creative coding and done a lot of installations. And I from the moment that AI kind of entered the zeitgeist, I've had interest for a really long time, and I have been keeping up with all the tools people are making. And I don't know how many people on here have played with things like Suno and that type of stuff. But a lot of the things in the music sphere that seem to be coming out for creators feel to people that are like musicians first more like toys than tools, and I think that they are wonderful and have a place to get people involved and excited about making music that maybe weren't able to do it on their own, but for someone who is making music in a digital audio workstation and understands has more than just words that they want to communicate with to shape the music. I felt like nothing that I could find on the market was really doing what I was looking for. So I've been training a TCN model on my own music, and basically the arc of what I'm trying to do is have a plugin for DAWs, so that will basically be way more customizable, and it'll output MIDI idea seeds for composing. So the idea is that it's not something that's going to write the entire song for you, but it's specifically targeted at when you feel stuck and you have writer's block. And to use this, you'll take the music you've already written, and it will further specify its training on the composer's voice. So instead of this just outputting based on word prompts or based on your just genres you're interested in, this will be outputting MIDI musical seeds, like 20 to 30 seconds, idea generator as a starting place when you're stuck, based on your previous compositions. So where it stands right now with the project is I'm first trying to make something that I want to use. So I'm currently doing that with all of my own music, and I'm writing an album with it. And through that, kind of shaping how the interaction will hopefully be most exciting for other composers. And cool.
Super cool. Do you want to play a sample?
Yeah, so I could, let's see if I can share here with sound.
Should be able to share.
Chrome tab. Let's do this. Okay. And let's see if you have the sound. Did you hear that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So I'm going to show kind of what the process would be. So the first clip is just a MIDI output, which is basically it's an arrangement of information based on the way I arrange my music. And then so this is a pure MIDI output, and then the second thing I'm going to play will be me putting my textures and sounds on top of it, and then the third thing is me iterating with the AI's output. So okay, here's just pure AI output that has been trained on my music. Okay, so not that exciting on its own, but now I'm gonna actually, like, this is me shaping the textures. And then this last version is me now actually compositionally iterating with it.
That's awesome.
Cool. Oh,
So now you put your link for your pre-sale for the album, because you're going to have 30 clients now.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Summer. What questions we have from the judges? Any feedback? Please raise your hands and let's get a bit of insights for Summer. John would like to go first.
Yeah, Coachella banger right there. You know, that's headliner. So I don't know if you went over this earlier, but like, what gave you the idea to do this project?
Well, so as a composer, I'm always been like, production has always been a huge part of my songwriting, and so that means using all of the modern tools as far as shaping the sound, like actually mixing and using all of these different effects. That is like part of the songwriting to me. They're kind of intertwined processes. So because of that, I've always been interested in incorporating any sort of modern technology. And to me, like, obviously AI is kind of the thing of right now. So I was like, how could this actually be something that's kind of pushing my songwriting process forward? And how many days I sit down, I don't want something that just makes it for me, but how many times I've sat down, I finally have a free hour and I don't have the idea. I finally have some time, but I don't want something that just generates randomness or generates even music based on a genre, because I have a specific kind of like sound that I've curated that is my music. So I thought, well, for me personally, the thing that would be most useful is something that understood what it was like to make music in my tone of voice, and then something that would then unstick me when I have moments.
Asking for a link.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a link to so there's a blog page right now. to follow along. And then I can also link to the maybe the artisan page, which is how I ended up here. Is that good?
Awesome.
That on? Yeah,
That's
here's
cool.
that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Gauti, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So this is amazing. I love the presentation. So I'm part of Google, and we have Lyria, which is kind of the music AI generator, which is
Yeah.
an open source model that we have. I'm just curious, did you explore like connecting some of your custom, because it has an option for custom audiences, because at Google I/O they launched a collaboration with an Indian artist to kind of form and create new music. So I'm just curious, like using like how can you like collaborate the two and make sure that you're using the AI part of it, but also using your customized like artistic capabilities to enhance it more for your use, so that as you train, you don't have to keep training your model if there is something out of box available. So I was just like curious if you have tried experimenting with Lyria.
I've experimented with some other things from Google, not Lydia. But the reason I ended up doing this from scratch is that I've been trying to figure out, because all AI, most big AI projects are based on, you train on a massive corpus of all of the music you can find and then specify from there. And I have been working on I'm trying to get the most generalization possible from just my own music, and then I'm also going to be doing plenty with also experimenting with using larger corpus and specifying. But
Makes sense.
I want everything that's sort of large on market right now is focused in I mean, we kind of had this magical explosion in AI because of the big data. So but I'm interested in how much you can really use of just one composer's voice and how much you need to mix in of the entirety of humanity's musical thoughts. The other thing is I want this. I don't think that anything from Google, and let me know if I'm wrong, is incorporatable into a DAW, digital audio workstation right now.
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So so that's why I was curious, because this
Oh
what you
no,
spoke
yeah.
about is kind of in line, and it's based on custom creators. So again, this is more around like of course, like what you have works for your music, and I think like in the end that's how it should be, but it's just tapping onto the broader ecosystem to take it to the next level. And I was just curious if you tried it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I had no idea that Lydia did stuff in it's like a plugin. It'll open within a in different DAWs.
Well, this is a great conversation. Maybe
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I would suggest is Summer, Gauti, if you want to connect, Summer, if you want to drop your email or your best form of contact,
Yeah.
that would be nice. I guess you have a mentor for you at Google now. that would do
Yeah,
great
yeah.
for
I just
your
threw my
project.
email in the chat. Yeah, thanks.
That's wonderful. But Gauti, if you want to finish with your last remarks before going for the next project, please feel free.
Sorry, what was that, Matthias?
If you want to finish your, I was just suggesting that you both connect, but if you want to finish your thought or your suggestion for summer, we still have time.
Yeah, no, I'll drop a YouTube video as well, Summer. I think you will find it cool, where there was an artist who used it. So it's like, I think there were a lot of questions around the authenticity. It's awesome that as an artist itself, you're like creating that, versus it's easy to just get lost in the originality of it, right? So that's kind of very cool. But yeah, I'll drop a video for you to just have a look as well, if
Yeah,
that's helpful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's amazing. The next project in line would be Matt. Again, you just came to this stage a while ago. Let me see if we're back here. Okay. If you share your screen, we
I'm
have
okay
5
right now. Can
minutes.
y'all hear and see me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Yeah, glad to hear it. So I'll just get my. I won't. Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, it's just some little silent event, but for me, I'm ready to present. Let me know when you guys have the share, because for me, I'm using. Is there a share button? Right? Yeah, right. It's
Yeah, I
unlocked.
should be able to share. Maybe it's going to prompt you for some permissions, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
should
So
be able
I
to.
will go ahead and click and so saying share. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, permission, and then we'll hopefully once that is done, we can get right into oh almost yep. All right, into our slide deck. And because this is a bit of an older, let me know when you can see. Okay, stop share. Ta-da! Okay, y'all can see the slide deck.
Wonderful, we can. Yes. I'll do some emojis like thumbs up when you have 1 minute left. Okay, you can start your presentation.
Okay, yeah, like timer, like right now. Got it. Okay. Well, thank you all for the opportunity to join this Vibe Pitch event. My name is Matthew Gabriel. I'm founder and CEO of Cypher Technology Holdings, the creator of Cypher. We are looking to revolutionize the future of work through web-based AI-powered job listing platform that allows recruiters, manufacturers, and small business to more efficiently reach out to job seekers without the risk of spam. And so we'll go to, with that said, we'll go to the next slide. Let me know when you should. Okay, so that's our tagline, revolution. Can you guys see the next one? It's, or is the presentation stuck?
You got to scroll down, I guess.
Okay, got it. Yeah, let me.
We are still at the first slide.
Yeah, my apologies. Oh, yeah, it just unfroze here.
Okay.
And so this is like kind of our tagline, Revolution Staffing Insights. It's my team, like for me, it's me, and it's my UX and former dev head Gabriel is of General Assembly. So for him, he's been a marketing UX developer for about 2 years now, before joining us back in February. And so he's been helping us with the thing. And then we have our developer Carlo, who is experience starting before. He's been involved with I have 2 different startups, including a similar, like a I think a music marketing related one and a job tech related one. He's based out of Texas. And so going to the problem, that's a little bit of our team. And going to the problem, right now, here in the United States, we have a tremendous change in labor markets. It's been estimated by Bureau of Labor Statistics that over 12 million people tend to job search websites every day in order to either apply or search for jobs. However, in the existing landscape, there is the phenomenon known as ghost jobs, where although their positions repeated over a space, several platforms, in the end, the company only chooses one. Meanwhile, there are also the occurrence of fraud in the job market, whereas scammers or cyber criminals that are seeking to impersonate either job seekers or companies, legitimate companies, have been able to impersonate and steal personal identity information from job seekers. And this has been estimated to cause over 4 million people in the last years, that has caused over $1 million in damages. And obviously this represents a betrayal of both the trust that was given, contracted by these platforms, as well as a failure of the platform to deal with these bad actors despite the damages caused. And so for us, we are looking to change this, address this alignment by providing a secure internet platform that will verify, allow human and AI to verify posters, like essentially participants in the sector, and to allow them to access target audience in a more efficient way.
Hey, Matt, just a heads up,
Okay,
you have
yeah.
about 2 minutes of presentation.
Yeah,
Maybe-
let me, my apologies. A little
Maybe
slow.
why don't you skip
Yeah.
to the slide of the proposal itself? Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, it's going over. Yeah, so it's offered as marketing. This is a little outdated because for us, ours is kind of the subscription based for businesses. So it's generally we are looking to work with our manufacturers, small mom and pop shops, and we are allowing them. It's free. We're planning to release it. Because we're product working, but we need to test around. We're hoping to release sometime in Q1 2026. And so for the business clients, we have 3 subscriptions as well as some sponsor sponsorship revenue that range from like $2,000 a year to and downward, depending on. We actually have agreement with 2 organizations right now. One is an LMS startup by the name of Learny. That based in Atlanta, Georgia, and the other is the Venture HR Solutions, HR Play Solutions. We have an agreement to them on digital media as well as on the site itself, which is really ad tech. And so this shows target markets, which is a little super simplistic, but our estimated market opportunity was at around like 100 billion. And for us, we're looking to kind of start like here in the Bay. Although we are looking to branch out to metropolitan like Dallas, Austin, where cars from Los Angeles, Seattle, and then to spread to Canada. And so this is just more info. And for our ask, this is kind of a mock-up we made via Replit and Finma, and some more info on slides in the future products, and then just a comparison of like competitors. And it was our go-to strategy, email campaigns, social media campaigns, and partnerships of sorts, which unfortunately he didn't exploit here. But again, we do have partnerships, and we are currently in our traction building and seed building or pre-seed round, where we're looking to raise at least 100,000 for some like kind of early stage operation for the next 3 years. But we're also going to be participating in a few accelerated programs, such as Y Combinator 2025, Stack Ventures program here in Oakland, California, as well as various others. So you can feel free to find us on social media. We'll be under Cypher Spectrum Media, Cypher Spectrum Media Holdings. Our new, I'll also, you'll hear more of us in the coming days, but I invite you to our social media links below. And with that said, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Matt. And all other users that would like to give feedback or ask questions, please raise your hand. And Matt, in the meantime, it would be nice if you could paste in the chat the social media links and the contact information in case someone would like to get in touch with you later.
Will do.
Okay. Any users that would like to ask questions or provide feedback for Matt? Matthew.
Yeah, someone else joined. Yeah, can you check? Apparently, another participant joined. Are you making sure that they're not like a troll account?
Okay, I will.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, we had a few that unfortunately got Zoom bombed by trolls, and but we do want to thank Mateus for kind of laying down the law and like kicking them out to make it for viable session for us.
It happened to me on the phone with the founder of Reweb. It was very fun.
Not a troll account. That one's good as a Jonathan from
Jonathan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we have both controls here. Any judges would like to give feedback or ask questions for Matt? In the meantime, just a heads up, we next in line we have Jackie and then Nishant. I see that both of you are here, but if you would like to present next, just let me know. Okay, Matt, thank you very much for sharing your email for contact. And I see
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Last call. Any of the judges would like to provide feedback or ask any last questions for Matthew?
I don't have any questions, but awesome job, Matthew. Like the presentation, love the idea. Looking forward for more innovation from that.
Thank you, Sandeep.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Jackie, I see you there. Let me give you the permissions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Should be able to share. Oh, no, wait.
Yeah, no, I stopped sharing a few seconds ago. Or
okay.
Thank you, Matt. Yes, I just saw that. Jack, you should be able to share it now.
All right, sweet. Thank you so much. I loved everyone's presentation. It was super cool seeing all the amazing ideas. The music one was super cool. That was a very great vibe. Loved it. All right, let me go to my entire screen. Let's see if this works. All right.
Yeah, if you're using a MacBook or so, maybe you need to give extra permissions, but
Okay. I think I put entire screen. See if that one works.
okay, good to go.
Okay.
You have 5 minutes. Before you are running out of time, I'll give you a double thumbs up like that.
Okay, perfect. Well, hello everybody. I am Jackie. Maybe some of you guys have seen me from San Francisco. Right now I'm on vacation in Florida, but I am always up for explaining my amazing projects that I vibe coded. This one in particular is KidMD, which is actually geared towards children. I've seen a lot of AI projects out there, but I realized that there still needs to be a lot of kind of like safety protocols because kids are essentially at the end of the day using these AI tools as well. This one in particular is geared towards the anxiety that children have when they go towards the doctor. I was actually inspired from my own childhood. I was one of those kids that got sick a lot. And one of the huge issues that I encountered was the fact that I felt, along with my parents, that a lot of times the symptoms were not very much heard. Like I would say what was hurting, but it would always be dismissed. So I do believe this is due a lot to bias. So I created essentially kind of like an AI companion that children would actually be comfortable speaking because a lot of the times kids are kind of scared when they're speaking to an adult, don't feel comfortable. So this would kind of create that bridge in communication. But in addition to that bridge, the AI agent would essentially be documenting everything, which I think will bridge that bias. So that way, in case there's any symptoms that the children do have, it will be written down. So that way the doctors and the nurses won't ignore them. So I'm actually, because of the time, I'm actually going to just present it to you guys. I have kind of like a little QR code in case you guys also want to follow along. Let me actually bring it up here. Okay. All right. So right now I have it in kind of like mobile kind of view. So let me just click try demo here. So that way we can just try it out right now. Okay. So over.
Well,
can you guys hear that?
I guess you need to share permission for audio too when you are sharing the tab.
Okay. Okay, let me go back.
It's tricky.
I
guess for example, I guess you should stop presenting, stop sharing, and start presenting again, and you should have a tick box or something like that to share audio together.
Okay, let me stop presenting. Okay. And then let me just screen. Also share audio. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that works this time. And share. Okay. And just in case I'm gonna put a test and say 3. And sometimes it takes a while due to all the LLMs. But essentially,
Hello there. Is there something you're curious about or want to chat about today?
okay,
we could hear
there's
that.
an echo. I'm so sorry. This is the first time I'm sharing this through Google Meet. So essentially, the main gist is there's going to be a chat, kind of what you're seeing right now. Right now, I have it for English and Spanish. So if I type something in Spanish right now, it will be able to identify it. And essentially, it will, as when you're speaking, I'm gonna put over here, feeling hot.
Hola, pequeño explorador. ¿Cómo te sientes hoy?
And with a headache, it will essentially extract all the symptoms that the children are having. They're feeling anything and the conversation, so that way they'll feel comfortable because they're chatting with a AI agent that doesn't feel very very threatening. And this is geared
Oh
towards
no,
more.
I'm sorry to hear you're feeling hot and have a headache. Little snow cub. Sometimes resting in a cool place and drinking water can help you feel better. Do you
More
have a
towards-
favorite storybook or show that you like to watch when you're not feeling well?
It'll be more geared towards elementary children for now because I'm just kind of starting small and then gearing towards like or teens and hopefully to adults as well. And then essentially over here in this corner, I hope you guys can see it. It says view dashboard. So this will, right now it's simple because it's demo mode, but essentially this is what the doctors and the nurses will have access to. So then they'll be able to see the actual dashboard with the symptoms, kind of priority 4 to 5, and the fact that there's pain. Right now, like it's demo mode, so it's very simple, but I do want it to essentially be more concrete on the severity. So that way when the nurses see this, okay, they know what kind of like a mental mindset to go into and actually treat the children a lot faster. So this is currently geared toward kind of like pediatrician clinics or hospitals as well. Yes. And that is kind of like the main gist. Though I don't know if anyone got the QR code of the presentation, but essentially that one is kind of like version 1. This is version 2 with the analytical like dashboard. And I'm still kind of like working on it so that way I have a few moms that are kind of like testing kind of the chat to make sure that it doesn't like scare the children away. And now that I just finished the dashboard part, I can kind of like ask my doctor friends or my nurses friends for their feedback as well. So that way I can kind of get it into a good build.
Wonderful, Jackie.
Yeah, thank you.
Very, very good project. Just remember to apply to Artisan Season 6, apply to 5.
Yes, I will do that for sure.
Right. Thank you. Gauti, then Shailesh, would you like to ask the questions or give your feedback?
Yeah, Jacqueline, very, very cute app. I think this is amazing.
Thank you.
Snow leopard is one of my favorite animals as well. I was curious in terms of the conversation, right? Like, are there any characters or voices that the kids can probably pick to customize based on their favorite, I guess, like animations, or just making it more, I guess, fun for them to pick a voice? Yeah, like I was curious that if you have that incorporated.
Right now, it's just a snow leopard, but I do have in mind to add more avatars and voices as well. At the moment, I'm using OpenAI, but I know 11 Labs also has kind of like different voices as well. So I'll probably like play around with that too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Even Gemini, shameless.
Oh
who-
yeah, yes. I have to play around with Gemini too.
They have, yeah, we especially in Spanish as well, like there are a lot of different like voices that you can play around. But going back to my question around I think the data, right? Like you are extracting symptoms. How do you envision like the AI companion proactively learning by symptoms more around like rare diseases, right? Like because some of it might be, and I know, like I guess this is more first line where I'm not feeling well, like but how do you make it more, I guess, flagging for rare diseases or even environmental health concerns across like population of children or even like real-time context, and then if there is an emergency, looping a doctor in immediately and things like that. So is that like, I guess, what is your audience type? Is it more around like just cold cough day to day, or is it more, it could be potentially something where the child is like just having a conversation, but it could be a rare disease or something like that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I thought about that as well. Right now, it's very simplified. So I'm just using the medical NER or NER. But I know in the future, I want to include the BERT for fine tuning for, more kind of, rare diseases, make it more in tune with the symptoms. So that way, there are other symptoms that are, like you mentioned, rare. So yeah, that is in the future for the works. At the moment though, it's very simplified, just for kind of like the first line of defense, kind of like in the waiting room. But it will grasp all the different types of symptoms, so that way when the nurses or the doctors can actually like identify like, oh, okay, this is kind of serious. I hope that made sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Wonderful. Next in line we have Shailesh.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome, Project.
Jan, first of all, great energy. You're very positive. When I looked at your presentation, it shows that you put all the effort in making this tool. I'm sure you'll go far with that tool. The question I have was, sometimes babies cry because there's a lot of ways, and you don't know why they're crying. So a voice-based kind of a system, like the app hears the noise and then determines what could be the issue with the baby, right?
Yeah.
And then and the other thing was mostly doctors are using this, but I'm thinking as a second opinion, people at home can also use it. So that's like a phone-based kind of a app, not on the website. So it's convenient for families to use it whenever they want to, as a second opinion.
Can you repeat that last part again with the before like the phone part? You said something.
Yeah, I was saying that if it can be portable for families to use, not just go to the doctor, but as a second opinion before they go to the doctors, can they ask the app, what could be wrong, and then go to the doctor if needed. Otherwise, there are charges for just seeing the doctor.
That's true. Okay. Well, so the advice is kind of like making it accessible to families before they go to the doctor.
Yes, like in a phone-based app and a voice-based interface as well.
Okay. No, thank you. Yeah, I definitely am open to all the advice. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Anshit, you have a question too for this project?
Yeah, a really small one, and I think you kind of hit it when you were asking the answering the first question, which is you're using OpenAI right now to build this, or is there any custom build model here? I heard you saying NER and BERT, but that is for future, right?
Yeah. So yeah, right now, it's the AI that's mostly being used is OpenAI, and then essentially kind of like the data where it's getting from is medical NER, NER. But I do in the future want to incorporate BERT for the fine tuning part. And probably there's a lot of different databases as well. Just kind of like right now it's just me, so doing it one step at a time. So any advice is much appreciated.
Got it. A couple of suggestions, and I'll be really quick. First one is you are giving kids to use this app, and you have OpenAI on your back end. So if you scale this up, it's going to cost you a hell lot of money. So try to have something that is yours and the small model that is free to use. Fine tune it, whatever, however you want to do that. But that's more of a scaling thing. And the second part is, when kids are going through some kind of pain or something, there will be a big inertia to write something. So if you can implement talking to the AI system, while kids can talk to that thing and everything happens in the background, absolutely amazing product.
Okay, so writing and talking. Okay, perfect. Well, definitely. I'll be incorporating that for sure.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Jackie, maybe you want to share the link for your app, or maybe your artisan project in the chat for people to check out, and also your contact information. And Arjun, I guess you have a follow-up question. Raise your hand.
It's more of a suggestion to the voice piece, right? So I've built a couple of agentic applications for a different purpose, and the way I do is I always build a consensus model where I poll DeepSeek. DeepSeek is the cheapest per million tokens if you check, and then I poll Claude, OpenAI, as well as Grok. Grok is something that I've been polling lately as well. What I'm seeing here is more of a guardrail problem because your app is going to be given to kids, right?
Right.
All of the AI models have amazing voice to text. So I would say don't build your own model. You leverage these models and build a consensus agentic workflow where whatever response is being given back to the kid, there's a reviewer agent that just reviews and makes sure that it's kid appropriate. And it's not just one reviewer agent, it's 2 or 3, almost like again, a consensus model there. And then you generate the voice output using 11 labs or anything else that people mentioned some time back as well. But yeah, I would actually suggest the opposite of what Anchit said. Small models are nearly not as accurate, no matter what you train it on, as especially GPT-5, which comes out next month, or Grok 4. But yeah, great. I think great idea.
Yeah, I haven't actually played with Grok, so I got to do that.
Yeah, Grok 4 right now is, I think, I would say the smartest of them all. I think coding, Claude still wins. Claude Code is still great, and Claude launched code agents yesterday. I think that.
Claude, I usually use it. So I used Claude for creating like the blueprint to kind of like help me out because it does such a good job. I was like, oh.
But a great idea. Thanks, Jacqueline. Thanks a lot for sharing it with us.
Thank you for all the contributions. So, Jackie, if you want to send your links in the chat so people can keep in touch.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Nishant, let me pull you as a co-host here.
Hey, thanks
presenting Blockchain Gods, right? Your game. Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for waiting for so long. And Matthias, thanks for letting me present. So I'm Nishant. I'm going to tell you a bit about node defenders. This is a tower defense game where you defend your node, you prove your progress and earn rewards, and eventually expand your empire. This is based in the blockchain universe. So yeah. So right now, gaming ecosystems, I feel, are broken. Money is lost to frauds, and there's no way to prove what you have achieved, something via legitimate means. So let's say you have achieved something, there's no way to prove that it was a legitimate achievement. And your assets, if and when you earn them, are really trapped within individual games. You can't really bring them out of individual games. So yeah, there's that. And the progress that you make within a game can't be translated or used elsewhere. So our solution is creating a blockchain-inspired simulation game ecosystem. Think something like FIFA for blockchain enthusiasts. Imagine a multi-game universe with interconnected economies where progress that you make in one game, the skills that you gain will compound across all the gaming experiences. A token economy that grows as we add more and more titles. So a gaming universe where you will be able to prove your achievements and progress cryptographically. And of course, you'll own your assets and you'll be able to use them across our entire ecosystem. So yeah, this is Node Defenders. I'll run the demo right away. But Node Defenders is the first release in this gaming universe where you defend your node against hacker bots. You choose to verify your gameplay and get premium rewards, or if you choose not to, then you can get simple rewards if you are in like a hurry. The game will soon feature daily challenges, fresh enemy types, and weekly leaderboards. So yeah, let's have a look at the gameplay. This is a live game. That is a game that's live where you place a turret and then you'll have enemies that attack in waves. So yeah, the turret shoots bullets automatically. So as you can see, this is a simple user experience, but the tech behind it is not simple. As mentioned earlier, this is like in still alpha build. You'll soon be able to verify your achievements and earn rewards, including tokens and NFTs across all our games. So these are like some of the UI prototypes that I'm working on. I'm still working on the back end, integrating ZK proofs. So right now, like the idea is that with the soul token, you'll be able to improve your defenses in the game. With the gods token earned when you choose to verify your gameplay, you'll have the ability to improve your offenses. And then the bots will drop NFTs when you kill them. So you'll have the ability to upgrade your turrets when you collect. And of course, like as we work on more and more games, all these assets that you collect would be usable in those games as well. So I'll quickly run through this. We are working at an intersection of several market trends. So
we would like to demo the game because you have about a minute or so.
Sorry? Oh, so like I did run the game, right? Like this thing.
Do you want to show live or just the video?
I just like it's just a video because like they can visit the website and like take a look at it. So yeah, I'm confident that we'll win the long-term game because we are prioritizing the local core game experience over financialization, and we are using ZK verification and attracting the relevant communities. So right now I'm working with a bunch of ZK ZK-based blockchains to get their communities on board. And the game is being built for blockchain enthusiasts from day one. There will be original games with great experiences built on Web3 infrastructure. The roadmap, well, right now you have the alpha build. You can play the game right now by visiting the website. I'll have the link towards the end. And yeah, by 2026, we'll have like an ecosystem set up where you'll be able to use the tokens across various teams and so on. Yeah, so thanks for joining me tonight. Well, it's night in India. Our immediate goals include community growth and building partnerships, but our vision is to build the most engaging blockchain simulation experience. Thank you all for listening. I'm Nishant, founder, creator of this game. Right now I'm working solo along with, I guess, Claude AI. Since the idea was first conceived, I've built parts of this game during various hackathons and won a bunch of prizes. I've also I've got like multi-chain development experience, so I can sort of review the code that is being generated and just make sure that it's not bad. Please join our community and support my project on Artisan Fund by casting your votes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nishant. It's nice to see how fast you're progressing with the game.
Thanks.
After you come back from vacation, of course.
All right. Sorry, just let me put up this screen for my contact details.
Yes, pull that up. I also put it here in the chat. People would like to contact you.
Yeah. So on mostly you can find me as Anthanium on most of the social medias, but on Telegram I'm there as Pokemon just because I had some issues with communities before. So
no worries. Thank you. Any of the judges would like to ask questions or provide feedback for Dishant here? It's the last presenter. Yeah, Arjun.
I just want to compliment. That's a great journey you've taken, a passion that you're following. I'm pretty addicted to tower defense games, even those other kind of games that Google keeps popping up on my feed. So looking forward to try yours out. Just would want to say that.
Oh, thanks. You can actually try it out. I'll also post the link in the chat. It's pretty basic, but yeah, you can visit blockchaingods.io and just play the game there. Yeah.
Nice.
But,
okay.
Thanks for sticking around for so long.
Any other questions from the judges? Would also like to post this link here in the chat. Let me share my screen a little. Nish, I'm going to show about your project too on Artisan, because right now after this page, if you're watching this recording later, you can find most, if not all, of these projects. Like Summer project is from here, Gideon's project is here, Nish is here. So if you want to get curated, you need to have this curation threshold. So you need to come here and vote for this project. Just gave you 50 votes, okay, Shad. So this is the campaign that all of these founders are going to do now. We are still fundraising for this fund. Every dollar that we receive gets matched, and it's given directly for these projects that are applying. This is the beginning of the whole movement for season 6. Everyone that pitched here has this pitch recorded. We're going to share this later. We're going to share this contact with the judges and all. And this is going to be the first of many of these seasons. So if unfortunately you could not pitch today, if you, the judges, if you did not get too much of contact or exposition as you would like, you can still apply for the next ones. We are going to keep this doing every month, at least once per month, maybe a couple times per month, until the end of the season 6. Okay, so I would like to thank all of you for participating. Thank you, Nish, for your last presentation. Thank you, everyone. I have about 21 still here in the call. Thank you for staying to the end. We went overboard today, so I'm going to be very brief here, but I would like to thank all of our judges again. I wish Anand, Sandeep, Kelvin, Pritam, Shailesh, Gautami, Naga, Arjun, Anshet, John. Please, whenever you want to come back to one of these, feel free to ping me. I would love to welcome you again for future sessions. Let's post that on LinkedIn, on Twitter, make a lot of noise. You guys are great. Thank you very much for participating. Okay. I'm closing the session for now, but let's keep in touch. Congratulations for everyone that participated.
Thank you.
Thank you.